Good afternoon. Welcome to Military Strategies. We are live right now, April 11th, 2026, 8 p.m. in Spain, 9 p.m. in Israel. And right now, Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, is live explaining what is happening, what is going on with Israel, and also the United States of America. Now, today they have taken the final step. Vivi on one side with Lebanon. Trump has sent destroyers and ships to clear the Strait of Hormuz. Family, your likes, your comments. Let's get started. Family, good evening. Welcome to Military Strategies. We are live right now. Thank you so much for being with us. Right now, Netanyahu is live. Right now, Vivi is explaining to the world, especially to Israel, what is happening, what is going on with all of this. Welcome to Military Strategies. Next, we'll analyze Netanyahu's statements. He included a map. He showed us maps. He's talking about the Druze. He's talking about Khamenei. An incredible night. Sound of Vivi.
Existential threats that we had to keep away from us. If we hadn't gone out to Kalbi and then to the lion's roar, Iran would already have nuclear bombs. We prevented that, and I'll tell you how we prevented it.
What is Vivi saying? I'm going to start giving you headlines so you can see what is happening right now. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Welcome, family. We're starting off strong. We're starting with Vivi. Years ago, I've been trying to prevent Iran from having a nuclear weapon. Even though many said it didn't matter. And a year ago, if they told me that Israel and the United States would work shoulder to shoulder, no one would believe it. Both Donald and I knew this was going to happen, and we stopped them together. I walked and tried to do something bigger than what was stopped last year. Iran isn't the Iran it used to be. Israel isn't the Israel it used to be. The campaign is not over yet, but we can already say clearly that we have achieved historic successes.
Weapons. It's impossible to produce atomic bombs. We destroyed the water plant in Iraq. We destroyed all their centrifuge facilities and also a production plant. Or actually, we reached a situation where Iran doesn't have an advisory operator.
People are checking if Netanyahu has all his fingers. People are counting fingers to make sure Bibi still has them all, that his ears are there and that his hair is neatly combed.
Thank you.
He's alive. If you remember the controversy, Bibi isn't alive. Well, Bibi is alive. And more alive than ever. We'll analyze the topic of Netanyahu later, a bit later. We'll analyze this whole topic. Netanyahu, we've averted an existential threat. Without the operation, Iran would have had an atomic bomb. Thank you. Under my leadership, Israel will continue to fight against the terrorist regime of Iran and its proxies, in contrast to Erdogan, who helps them and even massacres his Kurdish citizens. Excuse me for the siren. Excuse me because while Netanyahu is speaking, drones in the north. Nothing more, nothing less. Drones in the north. Now we'll look at the Netanyahu story. We'll be seeing clips and stories. Norte. What do we have over there? Here it is. Hezbollah drones. Another one. But Pedro Sanchez is in China. He's doing just fine over there. Honestly, he can stay there. He can stay over there. Let's see if they shoot it down or not. There it is, shot down. Drones taken down. All right, lives have been saved. Lives have been saved. The video we just received is impressive. Here at Military Strategies. A lot has happened today. Strait of Hormuz. The news broke that while negotiations between the United States of America and Iran were beginning, an Arleigh Burke-class destroyer, it has entered the Strait of Hormuz. What happened there? What happened? Iran officially says that they called them and gave them 30 minutes to turn back before being sunk. The United States says that this ship and several others managed to cross the Strait of Hormuz and return. What really happened there? What happened? Well, what had to happen happened, family. The United States of America has sent 2 Navy destroyers, plus minesweepers and mine warfare ships to clear the Strait of Hormuz. That's what you're hearing. But negotiations have also taken place today. Today, negotiations have taken place. First meeting. First round. I have the breaking news for you. Breaking news. The negotiations between the United States and Iran they are dead. Iran doesn't want to give up the right to the Strait of Hormuz and says it will charge a toll no matter what. The United States told Iran, good luck. In addition, we have information that Mojtaba Khamenei suffered severe facial injuries and may have lost a leg in the airstrike that killed his father. He remains clear-minded and continues to be involved in decision-making through remote communication. Mojtaba is running at half capacity, hopping on one leg. Hard to run away when the Mossad comes looking for him. Footage by J.D. Baines. By the way, they couldn't take down yesterday's live stream, but they tried to. Just a heads up, okay? Heads up to everyone. They tried to take down yesterday's live stream. Let's see if they fail. J.D. Baines, arrival in Pakistan, Prime Minister. Pakistan welcomes him. There he is, J.D. J.D. is coming to negotiate. Or maybe he's not coming to negotiate. Maybe J.D. is coming for something else. To say surrender or you will be eliminated. By the way, breaking news as well. This is interesting. Sometimes you can trust the media and sometimes you can't. Wall Street Journal. It says Iran. It still has thousands of missiles and its missile launchers are underground. They could redistribute them according to intelligence assessments. Donald J. Trump. Message from Trump. Huge numbers of the world's largest oil tankers, completely empty, are heading right now to the United States to load up with the best and sweetest oil and gas. We have more oil than the next two largest oil economies combined, and of higher quality. We are waiting for you. Trump doing business with the Strait of Hormuz situation, but today the news broke. A ship from the United States of America turned on its transponder. In the middle of the Strait of Hormuz. Let's go look. We're going to look for it and give you information about what it means to clear the Strait of Mines. What is that bizarre story about, and is it possible to do it? Well, we're going to see it here on Military Strategies Live. Folks, if you like the content, as I always say, subscribe to the channel. It's a good opportunity for you to enjoy exclusive content in the Hispanic community that you don't see in many places. So please, I hope you subscribe. It's free. There it is. There it is. Map of the Strait of Hormuz. Let's see. Arleigh Burke-class destroyer. The last signal ping was 9 hours ago at that location. It showed it for a while. There we can see the line. Which showed it heading toward the Strait of Hormuz. If they hadn't wanted us to know, if they hadn't wanted us to find out, they wouldn't have activated this, but the United States wanted us to see it. Why? For what purpose? So everyone knows they can cross the Strait of Hormuz anytime. That the whole thing about sinking oil tankers is all well and good. But with warships, things are different for Iran. A ship with strong anti-aircraft defenses, and it's capable of facing off against anything Iran sends. Plus, it did this with two other ships. At least one other destroyer. And also accompanied by mine-clearing ships. What is that? This thing we see here. This is what's being done. Cleaning the Strait of Hormuz. How? Well, in the following way. Let's explain it. There are ships that are not designed to fight on the front line, but rather to operate in the second or third line and to keep the sea lanes open. Since World War II, the use of mines by Germany, and also by other powers, it put the Allies in check. Ships were even sunk, cargo ships. This has been developing over time. A few episodes ago, we talked about these Iranian mines and about their capabilities. Seismic detection, movement detection, metal detection. That can drift freely through the sea. Others are anchored to the bottom and activate upon detecting a ship. When they sense the propeller's vibration, they can distinguish between a large ship and a small ship. They can try to identify which area they need to hit to cause as much damage as possible. It seems as if the mines were alive, naval mines. Well, there are ships that specialize in clearing them. These are ships, many of which are not made of metal, but rather of carbon fiber, fiberglass. Alloys that are not metallic, wood, so that they are not sunk by mines. So much so that nowadays even underwater drones are used to look for them. Depth buoys to locate and map the seafloor. You already know that the Strait of Hormuz has a kind of deep area, but the rest of the area is very, very shallow. Many areas are shallow. Iran officially says that they don't know where all the mines are and that they have lost them. That's why it's important to bring this kind of thing. Infrastructure there? Well, that's exactly it. That's what happened today. The Strait of Hormuz. Iran hasn't dared to sink the destroyer. They haven't even launched the attack. They claim they've called them, but we don't know how. Maybe by carrier pigeon. Or with smoke signals. Complicated. Extremely complicated. But what's the plan? What is the United States of America doing? It's clear. Let's check the map. Let's go. Look, all these ships we see here are waiting to be able to cross. All the ones we see here as well. The United States wants to clear this area that we see over here of mines to make a safe passage. Right next to the coast of Oman, and place destroyers on each side to provide anti-air defense. They want to set up a kind of naval shield to protect the ships. Is this practically possible? It's possible, but it's very expensive. The destroyers will be moving all the time. They'll have to send a lot of reinforcement units. They'll have to increase the flight hours of the planes. The cost of the operation will be higher. More than paying $2 million per ship to Iran, but that's the reality. They don't want to let Iran impose a toll and keep making money from the ships. Something unheard of. It seems like the world cares very little that Iran is setting up a kind of highway at sea where everyone has to pay. They say this is like the Suez Canal, you have to pay. No, look, the Suez Canal was built by humans. God created the Strait of Hormuz along with the earth. It has nothing to do with it. Cats and dogs both have 4 legs and a tail, but they have nothing to do with each other. With Iranians, it seems that their intelligence, their IQ, doesn't allow them to go any further. They say they're going to charge just because. And the United States has said no, and they're telling them no. And that's where the debate is. That's the whole story behind what we're seeing today. What's happening today throughout the whole region? It's likely that the ceasefire will collapse. In fact, I've said that what we're doing is a tactical pause. Thank you. 100%. Netanyahu also said tonight there's more to do. The campaign against Iran continues. He said it, Bibi. Tonight, Netanyahu has drawn the lines. He discussed Lebanon and other topics, but says the Iran situation isn't resolved yet. It's not going to end. According to what's been leaked. Thank you. According to Iran, 2 Arleigh Burke-class destroyers from the United States Navy tried to pass through the Strait of Hormuz, but were forced to turn back after Iran's Revolutionary Guard threatened them and launched a drone toward the ships. A drone toward 2 Arleigh Burke-class destroyers. A drone. And they're going to turn around. Because of a drone? Who would believe this? Who would actually believe Iran launched a drone at them and they just turned back? Whoever says this and writes this really doesn't know how a United States Navy destroyer works, do they? They have no idea about its anti-aircraft defenses. No idea. The same goes for cruise missiles against whoever launches the drone. They can also shoot you down. Any threat. It's the same ship that can shoot down ballistic missiles from Iran. The same one. Standard SM-3 and SM-2 system. Active protection systems. CIWS, the famous phalanx. Look, there it is in the picture. And the world thinks that the United States is really going to care if someone sends them a drone. Yeah. They would have to launch hundreds of them to sink one. Hundreds. And that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Okay, what did Bibi say? What has Netanyahu been saying about this story? Cut the music. It's incredible. It's really incredible. When people want to share a headline about the United States, they back off because they're afraid. Let's see. The United States, before sending the destroyer, already knows what Iran is going to do. Iran will call them, send a drone to scare them, and the US knows it. They're not sending it just to turn back. What the 2 destroyers have done is open a passageway, and they will also be accompanied by ships, minesweepers, or mine countermeasure vessels to clear them. Area, because Iran doesn't even know where its mines are. Just look at how bad things are. How bad it is that they know how to close it, but they don't know how to open it. Iraqi admitted this, yes. By the way, the Ugandan general, General Mahusi, says he has 500,000 young people ready to go liberate Tehran. Let them put the money on the table. And that he will do the job. That he will also go to meet with Bibi. That he provides the 500,000 men. That they are eager to go to Iran. My God. Oh my goodness. Photo of Galibaf. We have the photo of Galibaf finding out that there was a destroyer, well, 2 US Navy destroyers crossing the Strait of Hormuz. What a photo. There it is. Galibaf is there. And it's incredible. It's incredible. The things we're seeing are truly outrageous. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, how can all this be happening while we're here? This is Yahoo. We received information that Iran was about to have uranium enriched to the percentage needed for a nuclear weapon. We got intel they were building ballistic missiles that could have caused major damage if not stopped. Our target was the nuclear target, the ballistic missile target, and within the government, we eliminated Jamenei, Larijani, and many other high-ranking officials. The petrochemical sector. We made a major change, shown by this government now begging for a ceasefire. They tried to break us. Now they have suffered deep damage. Our goal is to protect our borders, Gaza, Syria. We will expand through Hermon, helping our Druze brothers, Lebanon. We eliminated Nasrallah. We destroyed much of their rocket arsenal. We conquered territory to neutralize terror tunnels. We're not done yet. We just eliminated hundreds of terrorists in minutes. We want the people in the north to live in peace like everyone else in the country. A few days ago, we had the opportunity to negotiate a peace treaty with Lebanon. But we want a real treaty that will last, not just with Lebanon, but with more countries. Our job is not finished. As President Trump said, there are issues that either get resolved in an agreement or get resolved in another way. This is all thanks to our pilots, soldiers, and intelligence services. We will keep winning. This happened thanks to our relentless work. Without both operations, Iran would have a nuclear weapon now. There are reports out there that China wants to send air defense systems. To Iran, I say. Let them do it, let them do it. Well done, send it. It's not going to do any good. It's not going to do any good. There is still uranium material in Iran, and as Trump said, it must be removed, whether it leaves through an agreement or by other means. Well, it seems that it's not. It seems that it's not going to leave peacefully, and rather it's going to leave by force. By the way, today Marco Rubio. He has settled scores. The Secretary of State of the United States of America. He has done something that should have been done a long time ago. There is a story that most people don't know. And the thing is, Iran, when there was a United States embassy in Iran, he launched an assault. Among them was Madrini Yad, that despicable man. He says that the state of Israel must be destroyed. This photo of this person, he looks much younger in that photo than he did then. His name is Syed Mubin Hashemi. He lived in Los Angeles. He no longer lives there and is now in a detention center for illegal immigrants. He had a green card. But who is he? Who is Syed Mubin? He is the son of Masomek Ektekar, a politician of the Iranian regime who was the spokesperson during the 1979 hostage crisis. This lady had a nickname, the Screamer. She is now 65 years old. Thank you. She sent her son to live with the great Satan. Incredible. Well, this lady, who among other things, was in charge of mistreating the hostages, treating them badly, humiliating them. She had her son, Sister Mari, which is what they called her, or Mari the Screamer. She had her son living in the United States of America. Obama gave him the green card. They have been traveling around Europe and several other places for years. Look at the images. It's incredible that this is happening. When they say that Europe is going to end, Europe is going to end. But it'll end because of us. Marco Rubio has already taken action, so this won't keep happening in the United States. Certain anomalies of nature. They're not going to keep happening anymore. The son living it up in Los Angeles. Seriously, living it up. In fact, the other day they recorded him, and that's why, because they recorded a video of him. Goodbye. This happened. Marco Rubio He saw the video, he said this guy should be detained immediately, take away his green card and deport him. Let him go to Iran. Tomorrow there are meetings in in Pakistan. There are meetings. Tomorrow the experts are going to meet to assess the requests from both sides. The Strait of Hormuz emerges as a central point of dispute. And he said it again. There is no ceasefire in Lebanon. Do you want to negotiate? Let's negotiate, no problem. Under fire. CENTCOM confirms that 2 United States Navy destroyers, the USS Frank Peterson and Michael Murphy, have crossed the Strait of Hormuz and are currently operating in the Persian Gulf. They say the mission is to clear naval mines from the strait. Iran doesn't dare to attack. There they are. Why haven't they attacked them? If they're so powerful, why haven't they sunk a ship yet? Not one, not a single ship sunk. They haven't been able to sink a single American ship. JD arrived in Pakistan this morning to buy time. Buy time for what? For what we were talking about last night. That more air defense be brought in. And so that the planes get their oil changed. There it is. The Vice President's plane arriving in Pakistan. By the way, Iraqi and Galibas sent 3 planes. 2 of them served as decoys, and they were traveling in only 1 plane. They were afraid. Strange, isn't it? They say they're winning the war. They were afraid that the United States or Israel would shoot down planes with them inside. The Pakistani Air Force giving them protection, and this whole thing growing every day. It's tremendous. Thank you. Hay cosas. It's amazing. Thank you. Que parecen increíbles. A source close to the Iranian negotiating team says the United States is making excessive demands, especially about the Strait of Hormuz, and is seeking in talks what it couldn't achieve after weeks of war and pressure. Iran says it will firmly protect its gains. Source? Fars. Iran, this isn't going anywhere. It's just that we all know it. The war can be stopped for 2 weeks, for a month, for 2 months, for 5 months, for 7 months, for a year. The war will persist while the Iranian regime remains in power. By the way, today it was said on YouTube channels that the United States had released billions of dollars of Iran's frozen oil funds. They had accepted Iran's demands. What serious channel would say that when they hadn't even met yet? 2 hours before the negotiation, there were already people here on YouTube, in Spanish no less, saying that the United States had released the frozen funds, Iran's. What lunatic would come up with something like that? More than $6 billion. My God. My God. It's just incredible. Well, the saint has also appeared. I mean, the Pope, Holy Father. Let's see what the Pope has to say. There he is. Because of that, the Iranian regime might hold on to power.
Enough of the display of power.
Enough with the idolatry of self and money. Enough with the display of power. Enough with war. True strength is shown in the service of life.
In life.
With the evangelical simplicity of St. John the 23rd, the phrase enough with the display of money impresses me, especially when he's dressed like that, sitting where he's sitting and surrounded by what he has around him.
Once wrote, the benefits of...
I confess, these things are beyond me. It's not about Catholicism or Christianity. The day I see a pope who dresses with humility, who takes a vow of poverty, we will talk. But in the meantime, all those who are sitting there with companies, banks, and opaque accounts around the world, I don't think Jesus left that message, not even close to what Jesus preached. But I don't want to start a debate. Respect for everyone. In this community, there are Christians of all kinds, of all backgrounds. People who believe in God, people who don't believe in God. There are Jews. There's variety, and we can coexist. But for Pope Leo XIV to come and talk to us about idolatry, about the self and about money, sell the wealth of the church and give it to the poor. Don't make a bad face. To begin with. Just to begin with. All right, let's continue, family. I want your opinions and thoughts. Super chats and memberships are open. We're on our way to 1 million. There's still a story ahead. We're halfway there. Let's see if we can make it. Later tonight, we have a show about Venezuela. Just letting you know. A show about Venezuela. Protests. Repression again. There are images we need to see, analyze, and comment on live here. Military strategies. This is clear about the Strait of Hormuz. Neither the United States has turned back, nor will it turn back, Tanin. It's huge. Bad news for Iran. Sunken nations. What happened over there? Let's see what happened over there. Sunken nations.
I'll take it.
That the Council wishes to nominate Albania.
The UN committee wishes to nominate
Argentina,
Albania,
Argentina, Cameroon,
Cameroon,
Djibouti,
Djibouti,
Guinea,
yeah. India, Islamic Republic of Iran, Islamic Republic of Iran,
Japan,
Japan,
Mexico,
Mexico,
Pakistan,
Pakistan,
Republic of Moldova,
Republic
of
Moldavia, Romania,
St. Kitts and Nevis,
St. Kitts and Nevis, these islands, South Africa,
South Africa, and Uruguay.
Uruguay. What for? By election? For the election of a committee?
By the Assembly.
The General Assembly? Attention for what?
For the Programs and Commissions Committee.
For the Committee on Programs and Coordination?
Coordination for 3 years.
For 3 years?
3 years. It has been decided.
It has been decided. For what? Nominated for the UN committee that shapes policies on women's rights, human rights, disarmament, and terrorism prevention. I can't believe it.
Oh my God.
Iran's nomination for women's rights. Disarmament of terrorism. This is a joke. This is a joke. Hand in hand with Pakistan, huh? The Pakistanis hand in hand? One over here, others over here. Nomination, huh? Unbelievable. This can only happen at the UN. These things can only happen at the UN. That Iran is nominated for human rights, women's rights, and counterterrorism. This? Well, watch out for Mexico, huh? Careful, Claudia has her own thing going on too, huh? Where are you, Claudia? We haven't taken you out of the fridge in a while. Let's see where Claudia is. Ah, here's Claudia. Claudia. My friend Claudia. How great! I had such a good time in Mexico. It was wonderful. Simbao, it's your turn to go out today. There is Claudia.
There is going to be a meeting called by EH, a group that was formed.
A meeting of a group. A group meeting is scheduled.
Where I had been invited and
She has already been invited.
I couldn't attend the first meeting.
She couldn't go to the first one. She was probably too busy. Who knows? Maybe with Botox?
It was an original idea from President Boric.
Boric had the idea, but he's gone now and no longer exists.
From progressive governments,
Progressive governments? Watch out. The word progressive is getting shaky.
and how much do we know?
And how much do we know?
They're going to attend the
Are they going to attend? Now, who's going to attend?
President Petro, President Lula Petro.
Lula. What could go wrong? With Petro, Lula, plus Simbao? The president?
Obviously, Pedro Sanchez. Pedro Sanchez
Come on, come on.
and the President of Uruguay.
And the president of Uruguay?
The group, I'll tell you what it's called now. I went.
The group? I'll tell you what it's called now. I'll tell you myself. Mafia Latina. That's what it's called. Mafia Latina. And that's the name of the Simbao group.
We understand.
Well, just imagine this, how the world is turning out. And here, the only one holding on is Israel. Very good, great, wonderful. This is going great. Spokesperson for the Iranian Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ismail Baghei. For us, diplomacy is the continuation of defense and war. Iran sees the talks as part of the conflict, not separate from it. The exhausting struggle in the diplomatic arena promised that the diplomats would act with all their strength to defend Iran's existence. Iran is now going to shape women's rights, human rights, and terrorism. This gets better every day, huh? It gets better every day. What do we say? I mean, what can you add to this, right? Venezuela now in the hands of Delcy Rodriguez, another human rights criminal. Mexico, the way Mexico is right now. Colombia, the way Colombia is right now. It's a whole world. Seriously. To reset completely. No, there's no way out of this. We're too far away. Lebanese presidency. Youssef Aoun, I said a few days ago, and I said, anyone who raises their hands against our civil peace, we will cut off their hands.
If achieving or continuing with peace means they have to stop it. Civil peace?
Our civil peace. Where is the Shatamar line drawn? Drawn anyone who tries to harm our civil peace.
Civil peace is peace. أو يصير النعرات الطائفية.
To fall into sectarianism or religious tensions.
Religion is doing Israel a favor.
We are going to do Israel a favor. We are serving Israel.
وهيدي أخطر.
This is more dangerous than the Israeli attacks. He's still talking because they wanted to stage a coup against him this weekend. Pay attention, because he knows they want to stage a coup against him.
Israel is what's happening. صحيح. يمكن إسرائيل بدها.
In fact, Israel wants to do in southern Lebanon what it has done in Gaza.
I'm not sure how to do in southern Germany as in Gaza.
But that's why it's our job to prevent it.
We also had to try to make it happen like in Gaza. And when we talk about the discussion,
when we're talking about negotiations,
طلع البعض.
Some people say what's good about those negotiations for us.
Now, what do we do with diplomacy?
I would like to tell those people, what good has this war done for us?
Why are they coming from the war? We have more than 400 fears.
We have more than 1,400 martyrs, 4,000 wounded.
It was for the 4,000 victims, 1,000 hospitals.
Hundreds of houses destroyed, more than 1 million displaced.
More than 1,200,000 soldiers were destroyed. They are living a difficult life.
We are going through a very difficult time. So what is better? To have the patience to negotiate or to go to war?
To have the patience to negotiate or to go to war?
Negotiations do not mean concessions, and diplomacy does not mean surrender.
The government does not fade away, and diplomacy does not fade away. No.
No, Gaza was destroyed.
Gaza.
With more than 70,000, 80,000 victims?
They were destroyed. And more than 70,000, 80,000 victims. And in the end...
They stayed. But ultimately, in the end, they negotiated.
And they negotiated. Well, we don't have any more time.
Why don't we negotiate now? Start negotiating now.
We can't stop the teachers and the people who are working.
To prevent those tragedies and that suffering in Lebanon. What he's saying is still okay, right? I'll confess something to you. I still don't dislike Joseph. I think he's a good guy. Well, there he is. One day we have to talk about Lebanon's political system, which is very complex because the president has to be from one ethnicity and the head of the army from another. It's power sharing. It's a country where Christians and Muslims live, and there are also Jews, or there used to be Jews, now fewer, where Shia and Sunni live. It's a very complex situation, isn't it? But still, what he's saying is civil. Why wait for them to destroy southern Lebanon like Gaza before negotiating? We'll have to negotiate eventually. That is, negotiation is inevitable. You can't stop that. There's simply no way to prevent Israel from taking southern Lebanon. Militarily, it surpasses everything Lebanon has. Let's negotiate. Unfortunately, Israel had to push the button for negotiations to start. This could have been done a year ago. But it didn't happen. Now they want us to wait until things get worse to start negotiations. But do you mean yes or no?
No.
Menri TV, great channel, great work you do. Menri's team, what are we waiting for? Why wait? What's the point? A wait in which Lebanon is destroyed? Like Gaza, in the end, they haven't even fired a rocket. The axis of resistance, what axis? A broken axis? The axis has completely failed. There is no axis, Prime Minister. Of Pakistan Prime Minister. Breaking news. Right now, why is Sharif making an emergency trip to Saudi Arabia? In relation to the talks between Iran and the United States, Saudi Arabia tells the United States, you have to crush Iran. I can't stand Iran anymore. You have to crush them. And is Pakistan trying to put out bin Salman's fire? Vivi Netanyahu, Iran doesn't have a single active enrichment plant, and most of its capacity to produce missiles has disappeared. It's gone. And some might say that Netanyahu's latest speech is aimed at the elections. Names of people who will compete against Vivi are already starting to be mentioned. I'd like to mention something. Since the detention of the Spanish soldier by Israel, which is something we don't know all the details about, there's a harassment campaign going on social media, personal, towards organizations, individuals, YouTube channels, and others, including this one. This may be one of the first mentioned. Honestly, I don't really care about threats. I've never really cared much about them. Obviously, I don't feel the same way because of the people around me. But I would like to send my support to organizations that have been denouncing anti-Semitism in Spain for a long time. To send my support to the Jewish community in Spain for everything they have been going through in recent years, since October 7th and even before. Now, defending the values of freedom and democracy means being a traitor. To all those who point fingers at those who talk about Israel and not in the way they want them to, meaning calling it a genocidal state and so on. We have become hunted and persecuted. Well, there are calls to outlaw associations in Spain, and there are no patriotic media in. They are calling for it to be outlawed. Personal images of the members of that organization are being taken, and their personal information is being posted, even where they live. The issue is going too far. Someone is aiming, and others are going to pull the trigger. The typical campaign of fear and harassment that has always been carried out in Spain against dissidents. It's okay. There's nothing to worry about. The truth will endure no matter the cost. But make no mistake, at any moment, something unpleasant could happen to all of us. It could happen to me, it could happen to JR, who puts himself out there a lot. This could happen to many of our channels and friends. Because there are too many crazy people loose in society, and there are some smart guys sending them against us. But here we are. We're on the right side of history, by the way. We are. Proven, guaranteed. Israel Katz. Outburst against Erdogan. And quite a rant. Israel Cats attacks Erdogan directly. Paper tiger. Image. The president of Turkey, Erdogan, after revealing that he is a paper tiger. By not reacting to the missiles launched from Iran toward Turkish territory, he resorts to anti-Semitism and announces symbolic trials in Turkey against the political and military leadership of Israel. What utter nonsense. A member of the Muslim Brotherhood, someone who has massacred Kurds, accuses Israel of genocide for defending itself against his allies in Hamas. Israel will keep defending itself forcefully and determination, while Erdogan would do better to sit down, stay silent, and keep quiet. Israel Katz tells Erdogan to be quiet. Oh my God. This week Israel is on a roll, huh? Erdogan, be quiet. My God. Well, that's true. They fired ballistic missiles at him and he didn't react. Initial details of the negotiation. First negotiation held at this level since 1979 between the United States and Iran. The Strait of Hormuz remains a serious point of disagreement. The United States says that 2 warships have crossed the strait today. There are shifts in mood on both sides. The United States will help Iran remove mines from the strait. Talks are expected to continue tonight and may go into tomorrow. Thank you. And now we have here the other party in dispute. This is surprising, thank you. Lapid. El jefe de la... Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So that we forget his total failure, he hasn't achieved anything. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Político del que él es responsable. Todo el pueblo de Israel rinde homenaje a nuestras fuerzas de seguridad y espera el momento en que tenga...
Thank you. Wars, and that he doesn't steal money from the citizens of Israel while they are in shelters. Lapid accuses Netanyahu of being a coward and of spending the money. Welcome to Israel, family. Amazing. Opinions? What Israel has going on at home. How beautiful Jerusalem is. How beautiful it is. I feel bad about it. In fact, it hurts me that on my last visit to Israel, I couldn't see Jerusalem. That's what hurts me the most about this whole war. I mean it. For me, going to shelters, going down to the bunker, going up, going down. Not having gone to Jerusalem is what really hurts me. So I'll have to go back as soon as possible to be able to enjoy that great city, the capital of the state of Israel. But what does Pecheskia say? I laugh because the role of Pecheskia amuses me. I see him as a kind of stateless person lost in a plane in Iran saying, I'm the president, but nobody pays attention to me. Well, it's more or less the same. Oh my, come on, Pecheskia, what do you have to say? During today's meeting with the minister and deputy ministers of the Ministry of Industry, I'm not sure if they're the ones who survived or the new ones they put in. We should identify this.
Quizás informes exhaustivos sobre la situación de las unidades productivas, especialmente las empresas afectadas por los recientes ataques. Asegura por
Oh my God.
Dios el esfuerzo de mis colegas, el sistema de distribución y abastecimiento del país continuará Funcionarios sin fluctuaciones y dentro de un marco ordenado. Madre mía.
Well, yes, this is going to be with Allah's help. I think there's going to be quite a bit of hunger. In Iran, I mean, they're going to have a pretty hard time. The negotiations may be serious, but they can fail. Pezeshkian, the man who wanted to be president, they didn't let him. First Khamenei, the grandfather, and now the peg-leg Ayatollah. Mochaba, Mochaba. Donald J. Trump says, well, let's get to it. He has written vows. He must have written something. POTUS has been very active with the media lately. Let's see if he gives us a like one day. Since we're not fake. What did POTUS say? Well, here we have it, United States. The fake news media are crazy, simply corrupt. The United States has completely destroyed Iran's army, including its entire navy and air force and everything else. Their leadership is gone. The Strait of Hormuz will open soon, and empty ships are rushing to the US to load. But if you listen to fake news, we're losing. President Donald J. Trump. But this is what POTUS says. Opinions. Do you think they're telling the truth, or that the President of the United States of America is telling the truth? There's more? There's much more. There's a second message. Before the one we just played, Trump posted another one, even bigger. And he keeps hammering away with the same rhetoric. Let's watch it. What does Donald J. Trump say? The fake news media have lost credibility. Not that they had any to begin with. Because of their huge Trump derangement syndrome, sometimes called TDS, they love to say that Iran is winning, when in fact everyone knows they are losing, and losing badly. Their navy has disappeared. Their air force has disappeared. Their air defense is non-existent. The radar is dead. Their missile and drone factories have been practically annihilated, along with the missiles and drones themselves. Most importantly, their longtime leaders are no longer with us. Praise be to Allah. The only thing they have left is the threat that a ship might run aground on one of their sea mines. And by the way, their 28 mine-laying ships also lie at the bottom of the sea. Now we are beginning the process of clearing the Strait of Hormuz as a favor to countries around the world, including China, Japan, South Korea, France, Germany, and many others. Incredibly, they don't have the courage or the will to do this job themselves. However, it's very interesting that empty oil tankers from many nations are heading to the United States of America to be loaded with oil. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. A little message for Europe, for Australia, for South Korea, for China, and for Japan. We are doing you a favor. We are opening Hormuz for you, so that you stop bothering us. Paper toss. All right. Well, for those of you who weren't here, by the way, we've got Super Chat open, folks. Your support is super important right now. As I was saying, now that there are only 25,000 of us here, even though some people out there say we're bots, By the way, let's see if they've responded to us. I mentioned in the previous show that Spain is training members of the Lebanese army. Training in weapons, combat tactics, military operations. Look at this video. When I say something, I'm not mistaken. It's not because I'm arrogant, egocentric, or narcissistic. When I say that there are individuals within the Lebanese army who are members of Hezbollah. I'm not saying this to give bad publicity because I have something against the army or against Spain. It's not like that. I don't have any kind of trauma. I'm concerned that our soldiers are training people who could be enemies. Here you can see it. This is the video of the Spanish army giving training to the Lebanese forces. Very well. Maybe it's a coincidence, maybe not, but I promise this just came out now and was just published. He's a soldier from the Lebanese army. A Lebanese soldier, not with Hezbollah. But be careful.
This is the situation. From the door, you've been locked in. After this situation, there are the Soviet armies. No. Here we are, Yezenis, Osanis, Karbaliansis.
An M113 tank, an M113 armored vehicle, and the soldier, for those who don't understand. Arabic, near Kafar Kela, swearing loyalty to Nasrallah and Hezbollah, at your service, Nasrallah, and threatening the Zionist enemy. This video we're watching has caused a lot of controversy within Joseph Aoun's military institution over harboring Hezbollah members in its ranks. Do it again. It's worth watching.
No. No. And this is the one for the... Here we are, yes, and Hassanis Karbala.
He says it, of course, at your service, Nostra. And now what? What military strategies was saying 3 hours ago was fear-mongering. Military strategies was just stirring things up, saying that this... Que esto es... was just to scare people for the sake of it. Or are there really members of the Lebanese army who are members of Hezbollah and who pass information to Hezbollah and then train Hezbollah? Have we made a mistake? Is it a lie? Greetings to our friends in the Civil Guard and Spanish Army serving in Lebanon. Thank you. It's not about taking it out on you. You are in danger. In very serious danger. Let's get to the super chats, family, and a ton of memberships. Oh my God, what just happened here? Membership flood? Come on, what is this? 411 memberships. You're crazy. Then they blame us. Then they accuse us, huh? Of course, they're traitors. Traitors. There they are, traitors. It's as simple as that. Let's proceed with community comments. Thank you. Terrible. What's happening in Lebanon and everything that's going on is terrible. I don't know to what extent this makes any sense. Or if it has any kind of logic. I don't know. What are Spanish soldiers doing there? Kafar Kela. Well, it's just that Kafar Kela is in the Spanish-controlled area. Thank you. Kafar Kela, for those who don't understand, is part of the area under Spanish control. There is, at least as far as we know, one guy there from the Lebanese army wearing a Lebanese army uniform. To put it clearly, at your service in the room. What else do you want? Our Spanish soldiers openly cooperating with guys like that. right? I know that the things I say are sometimes very dangerous because making an accusation like that is serious, but the physical evidence is there, the visual evidence is there. You can't cover it up. No matter how hard they try, you can't hide it. They're there. It's them. It's Gizbolado. All right, let's do it. Put up the link he sent, a flood of subscriptions. Now everything is free. We need to keep strategies alive. Start and I'll send them. We'll negotiate. Negotiations. At what time? What time was it supposed to start? He gets stranded in the Strait of Hormuz. Sometimes we start late because we have to coordinate the information that's coming in. Here, we can't just get a headline and say, okay, let's report it. No, we have to share it, check it. If it's not verified, we don't report it, even if it's true. But most of them are lies. Iran has lied since February 11th, 1979. It lies. Thank you so much for those memberships. 2020, oh my. Thank you so much. At this point, who can believe Iran? No one. Jesus Maria, a big hug. Tanya Revaloa Avila, you're the best. Estrategias militares. You have sworn. Go all out, brother, and lower the prices of the super chats, but you can set whatever price you want. But come on, I'm not the best, okay? By the way, I want to clarify something for you. Just a second. People shouldn't think that all the super chat money goes to Estrategias. YouTube takes a cut, okay? I mean, a lot of people who send, I don't know, 50 cents or 60 cents or less than $1, they still take a cut. It's the same as PayPal many times, but it's okay, all right? I mean, it's the thought that counts. I don't mean to tell people what they should donate, right? I'm just telling you how it is so people don't think we're getting rich here. First, the channel has expenses. Second, many times when you make donations, for example, on PayPal, if you donate €1, nothing actually gets through. Because PayPal keeps the commission. I mean, that's just how it is, but it's okay. Thank you very much for your good intentions. Whoever can help, let them help. Whoever can't, you already know that we don't make content only for paying people. This is public, we're telling you. So if you can help, help. If not, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. That's it, make it easy. Thanks a lot for your support. Manuel, thank you very much. Thank you, Abraham. Really, thank you. Thank you. Great job by Mark. What happened to the meeting about the agreement? We're discussing it now. We're trying to look into that matter. Blessings, strategies. What will happen with the uranium? Will they remove it? Greetings from Argentina. I hope so, Miriam. They have enough for 10 nuclear bombs, Isaac. Thank you for joining us and informing us truthfully. Thank you, Isaac. Here we are in the struggle. The stress and sovereignty of the earth is a deity of Mother Earth, not like the Panama Canal that was built. That's why we're going to cleanse them. Time to get the broom. Baines went to tell them that we've already opened Hormuz. Surrender. Guayaquil, I thought it was a joke, but it's true. Iran nominated for women's rights. Yes, it's true. I'm not lying. They've nominated Iran for women's rights. It's a joke. Iran nominated for women's rights. I heard correctly. Yes, Virginia. Nominated for women's human rights and terrorism. The Vatican should close and share its wealth with the people. Thanks for the updates. Greetings from Argentina. I couldn't agree more with that message. Jose Antonio, a hug from Puerto Rico. To Israel high. Tanya, a question. Is China behind Russia? China for sure. The group is called Mavlatan. Elian Ramirez. The meeting, the pirates meeting with Pedro Sanchez. Julia, welcome to the basic support tier of Todos Unidos. Thank you, Julia. Well, speaking of this, Simba's meeting with Petro Lula. And they wanted to include Boric, but Boric is no longer there. So Chile is already out, but Uruguay is still in. And Pedro Sanchez, hey, why is it that these are the countries where the drug trafficking routes to Europe originate? We have the president of the main entry point for substances, which is Spain, Pedro Sanchez, who is going to meet with the president of Mexico, the one from Colombia, and the one from Brazil, SCL. I'm telling you, let your imagination fly, and let it fly a lot too. Hello from Dallas, Texas. It's great that Lebanon and Israel are beginning negotiations. It would be good if Lebanon first recognized the existence of Israel. That would be super important. Second, negotiate. There's nothing wrong with negotiating. Wars don't always require force. Negotiation can win them too. He's a hypocrite. We don't know who, Pavel. Super Chanti censors leftists, and YouTube censors me too. Thank you very much. To Israel Kai, I love your channel and professionalism. Sorry for this comment, but Spain has really declined. Do you think the war will start again? Yes, I think the war will resume. No need to apologize for the comment. Spain has fallen very low, unfortunately, for many reasons. Not just because of this Israel issue, but for many others as well. Things you see every day. Now they're going to have to set up citizen patrols in neighborhoods in Spain because you can't walk around safely. It's a public safety issue. It's a question. It's a shame, isn't it? This great country has lots of potential, but it's poorly managed. Thank you. It's badly managed. Thank you. Very poor management. Terrible too. So, look at everything this whole story brings and everything it involves. And that's no small thing, by the way. That's no small thing. Yes, I think the war will restart. I support your channel and Israel. Thank you, Ivan. Gustavo, thank you. Josete, thank you very much. Horacio, thank you very much. Gustavo, Juani, what do you think of the latest videos? And Solo Fonseca, I don't watch his content or know him. I do YouTube live streams. I don't make videos. The videos I do make take me a long time to edit because I like them to turn out really well. I don't have time. I don't have 6 people working for me. I think Fonseca does have 6 people on his team. They're different formats. I have no comment. Everyone has their own vision. He has his, I have mine. I wish him the best. I wish him the best, of course. And that's it. You can't compare one channel to another because, I repeat, I don't read a script. I don't have a teleprompter. I don't stand here and read anything. I just say whatever comes up. We're creating it live. They're totally different formats, so I have nothing to say about Fonseca. But this is about military strategy, not Fonseca or anything else. The issue with the colonel is resolved. I've already spoken with Colonel Baños. Everything's fine and cleared up. No problem. Soon we'll do a show together. Intense debate with Colonel Baños. And we'll see. We'll see what we come up with. And well, everyone is going to go support. People are going to go support. People who support Baños' line are going to go support. People who support strategies are going to support. But anyway, I want to look for more points in common than differences, right? And I think with Baños, it's interesting. So we're getting it ready. And that's good. See? People talk in private, clear things up, and that's it. And it's no big deal. We move forward. So thank you. Thank you for that comment. Like I said, I have little to nothing to say about Fonseca because it's not content that brings anything to the channel I make or for the content I make. It has nothing to do with it. They're different things. Thank you. I'm clear about what I say and don't change it the next day. I don't praise Israel one day and criticize it the next. I don't change my stance depending on certain factors or things. I'm not going to do that. All right. We continue here, thank you. I'm not talking bad about Fonseca, I promise I'm not. Alejandra, thank you very much. This is great. In Spain, I'll vote against anti-Semitism. Jesus Velázquez, some parties claim to support Israel but are actually full of anti-Semites. 5 memberships from Zaragoza. Everyone at my house is with you, my friend. You're amazing. Thank you. We're missing Dirty Sanchez with the new European Union army with bedbugs and ticks. Of course, do you want to be the best? Estrategias. No, I'm not. I don't want to be either. I'm happy like this. Check the prices. They're fine. Proceed. Estrategias. Thank you very much. Mariana Valle. Estrategias, a big hug, dear friend, from Mendoza, Argentina. Sincerely, Nazareno Rojo, and 20 memberships. Good luck to everyone. Domingo, Estrategias is one of the reliable channels I watch, thank you. Emerita, thank you very much. Greetings to Colombia. Memberships there, 20. Bullets for Lebanese army practice and not for the Spanish police. Wow, you just opened. There, 1. The Spanish police sometimes don't have ammunition for their standard weapons, but we spend it in Lebanon to train these guys. It makes me laugh. I stop. We stop here. To me, with all due respect, okay? I find it funny that in all the videos we see every day, never do we see a woman from the Lebanese army. But there, at the Miguel de Cervantes base, they take 2, 3, 4 girls to do the photo op for the video, and they can't even aim a weapon. And supposedly they're military or police members who are supposed to have basic training. Thank you. But they don't know how to handle a weapon. First, I don't like getting into these details and was ignoring it, but I won't anymore. This super chat is worth it. First, the position of the weapon. Pointing down, you could hit yourself. It happens. See where the hand is. Pointing at the ground toward the leg. Where did they get these people from? Who are these people? Notice that the soldier even has to step in and explain how to handle the weapon. It's incredible. Look at their body positions. Look at that position. The back is so far forward. It's not a straight back. No. These people, I don't even think they're military or anything. I think they've just been sent to take a shooting course or something, and that's it. And that's it. But Spain is paying for this. Spain is paying for this. Tremendous. These are bullets that could be used in Spain. Erdogan is a hypocrite. Go with Spain, Cyberon. Go for it. Mariana, thank you so much. Emmy, thank you so much. Adrian. Paradela, thanks a lot. Hugs from Switzerland. 50 memberships, Pavel. Christian Otero Rey, thank you so much. Every day his phobia shows, and it's clear he's not as liberal as he claims to be. It seems like he's being paid to go against Trump and Israel. I'm not sure who you mean, but I assume it's someone who comes around here. Your work is great. I avoid the news because I trust you. When I hear the news, I laugh since I already know the news, and they lie. They don't know anything. The thing is, there are days, I'll be honest about this, there are days when there's not much to talk about. There are days when there's not much to talk about. By the way, incident in the United Kingdom, a US C-130 was attacked inside a base. A guy broke into the base with a hammer to smash up planes. There are 2 hammers on his back. The guy thought he was in Isfahan and wanted to destroy the C-130 planes so they couldn't rescue any more pilots. This is what I mean. There are some really obsessed people with this issue who are capable of doing anything crazy. They might seize a plane, or they might grab a content creator on the street and do something bad to them. And who's causing all this? The politicians. Politicians. The politicians are causing there to be a remote village in the mountains of Malaga. Wherever they catch them, they're already like the Easter Judas, ready to bomb it. This hasn't been seen since before the Second World War. I'm being very serious. What would happen if in Israel, in a huge park, a bunch of Israelis gathered with a cardboard cutout of Pedro Sanchez like a mohaba, and they put firecrackers on it? What would we have now? Would NATO already be going to Israel to overthrow the government? I don't know. I don't know. This is a complicated subject. What's happening is very complicated. That's why I say we have to be very careful. And so on. By the way, later there's a video from the IDF. Yes. And a new operation. Pay attention to the video. Breaking news. Israel keeps doing its thing in Lebanon. Let's take a look. Wow. Weapons and new ones. These aren't rusty. They're nicely painted and well packaged. Anti-tank rockets, anti-tank mines. Where do they get the money from? Another example. It's another one. Weapons keep coming into Lebanon, and they're still coming in right now. Still threatening Israel's population. But supposedly UNIFIL is there to prevent that from happening. Supposedly. By the way, here's some extra information for you. And right now, let's go to the map. Where is Israel operating right now? This is public information. Relax, it's public. The operation isn't being put at risk. Vengeable, this one here. This one we're seeing here, right now, the Israeli troops. They have it surrounded. And you can only get out through here. They've completely surrounded the town. And the Hezbollah members could get trapped within hours. That area is under French authority. Images. Now, Israel, Ben Gurion. Ben Gurion Airport full of tanker planes ready to take off. But be careful, because the negotiations are going well. Everything is going well. Pakistani air escort for Wikoff and Jared Kushner. A group of 5 members of Hezbollah have been detained in Syria. They wanted to place something very bad in the house of a rabbi. Let's see if Ahmed al-Shara al-Jolani sends them to Seknaya. Oh my, the lady's eyebrows are something else, huh? But what is this? Let's see. Let's see if we can zoom in on the eyebrows. I don't know. This got stuck, huh? Now, I'm not surprised. Well, the lady too, huh? Or the gentleman. I can't even tell if it's a woman or man now. Well, they wanted to put something that goes boom. In Rabbi Michael Curry's house. In Damascus. Greetings, Rabbi. May he bless you. Hezbollah. Hezbollah. Macron. He spoke today with Pezeshkian. Macron. He urges him to take advantage of the opportunity offered by the discussions initiated in Islamabad to pave the way for lasting de-escalation and a stringent agreement that provides strong guarantees for the region and opens the Strait of Hormuz. Macron. The man who was afraid of his wife? Unbelievable. Things are really intense. Family, see you in the next show here on Military Strategies. Thank you so much for joining us live tonight. Venezuela. Venezuela, we're with you.